Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-olu, Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council Chief signs MOU on Foreign Investor Summit. Lagos State Government moves to enforce mandatory health insurance as grassroots. And Deputy Governor Quadri Hamzat attends Ibile Youth Academy Leadership Summit. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-olu, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Chief of Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Samantha Cohen, to host the largest gathering of foreign investors from Commonwealth member countries in June at the 2026 Lagos Trade and Investment Summit. Please take a look.
The Chief Executive Officer of Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Mrs. Samantha Cohen, and her team visit Lagos House Marina to seal a partnership deal with the Lagos State Government ahead of the 2026 Lagos Trade and Investment Summit. During a joint press conference, the State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment says the collaboration will deepen investment inflows, stimulate private sector expansion, and accelerate economic transformation in Lagos.
What the outcomes of Invest 3.0 is going to be, and also what Invest 2.0 has also achieved. What I will simply do is probably just give a few examples of some of the outcomes from Invest 2.0, because your question was specifically what are the outcomes. We have a number, and we all know the timeline for investment projects are quite long, the lead time, because there's feasibility studies, there's et cetera, that has to happen. The Green Line is an example of what was showcased at Invest Lagos 2.0. The Lagos State LASMISO, Lagos State Medical Innovation Zone, was another huge project that was mentioned, and I'm happy to say that it has now actually started to be implemented in terms of it being at the stage of a feasibility stage right now, and a number of other projects, which I will certainly make sure when we start with Invest Lagos 3.0 will be shared in terms of a communique and an update on the outcomes of that. But what I can say is that you heard what Mr. Governor said. Lagos State won the first position in terms of the PEBEC award for the year, and that in itself enhances and illustrates the fact that in all of this, what is really, really also crucially important is ensuring that we have a very, very good ease of doing business.
The Commonwealth team assures Lagos State Government of doing business cheaper with Commonwealth member countries because of its shared legal systems, language, and trusted relationships.
Lagos State has been one of our valued members for some time now. We are deeply grateful, Honourable Commissioner, as well for your trust and partnership and friendship. It is an honour today for CWIC to stand alongside Lagos State Government and to be entrusted with delivering what I believe will be one of the most consequential investment summits on the African continent. I would like to tell you a little bit about the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council. We are the Commonwealth's private sector arm. We are mandated to promote trade and investment across the 56 countries of the Commonwealth. We have hubs in 35 countries and 150 strategic partners or members, some of whom are here today. We have 25 partners in Nigeria alone. The Commonwealth, as you know, is a family of 56 countries, but home to 2.7 billion people, 60% of whom are under 30, and a combined GDP of 14.2 trillion, which is projected to grow to 20 trillion by 2029. We estimate that there is a 21% business advantage to intra-Commonwealth trade, and that is due to shared values, shared language, legal systems, and a very high level of trust. And I think we have demonstrated that particularly with our relationship with Lagos and all of our members here. Nigeria is one of our strongest networks outside the UK, bringing together leading corporates and state governments through our Lagos hub, which is the centre of our activity in Nigeria. We are proud to partner with the government to deliver the Lagos Trade and Investment Summit this June, convening more than 300 Commonwealth and Nigerian business leaders for dialogue and investment opportunities.
Governor Sanwo-olu says in June, Lagos State will host the largest gathering of foreign investors from Commonwealth member countries, expected to be a transaction-focused investment platform built for capital alignment and project conversion.
Formally announce the organization of Invest Lagos 3.0, the Lagos State government's flagship international platform for the year 2026. Over the past two editions, Invest 1.0 and 1.2, the platform has significantly strengthened the global investment visibility of Lagos. It has helped to capitalize structured engagements with various capital providers and deepen our strategic conversation around bankable projects in critical sectors. This year, we're deliberately scaling the platform to a higher level of global engagement and transactional depth. Accordingly, we're entering into a strategic partnership with the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council. This partnership is deliberate and is strategic. It reflects alignment with global respected institutions that connects government, private sector leaders, and capital market operators. The Commonwealth of Nations, through this expanded collaboration, we are strengthening our capacity to mobilize capital, to deepen cross-border trade relationship, and to position Lagos and Nigeria as a premier destination for large-scale transformative investment. This partnership, we believe, embodies a shared commitment to structured capital mobilization, to disciplined project presentation, and measurable transaction. Let me, at this junction, especially let our guest, Madam Samantha, know that this relationship is also being possible because of the very deep commitment and the sense of leadership that has been espoused by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who was the 12th governor on the state, who is also leading the country at this time. And all of the successes that we're recording and we've recorded in the last 12 months has given credence to why CWEC believes that it's the right time and the proper time to come and partner with us in Lagos.
Both partners put pen to paper, signed a memorandum of understanding for the 2026 Lagos Trade and Investment Summit that will catalyze scalable private sector participation across value chains where MSMEs operate and expand.
MOU signed, you can take photograph of this.
From Lagos investment drive to universal health coverage, this time, the Lagos State government has intensified enforcement of its executive order on mandatory social health insurance by charging local government and local council development area chairmen to lead grassroots implementation in a decisive push toward universal health coverage.
Senior government officials, including Lagos State Head of Service Olabode Agoro and the State Commissioner for Health Professor Akin Abayomi, State Assembly representatives and local council development area chairmen meet in GRA Ikaja to deepen the enrollment of Lagos State's social health insurance scheme, popularly known as Ilera Eko. The one-day retreat under the aegis of the Conference 57 focuses on the implementation of the executive order given by Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu to strengthen universal health coverage in the state.
The Lagos State Social Health Insurance Program, popularly known as Ilera Eko, this was established to ensure an accessible, affordable, quality health care for all Lagos residents under the visionary leadership of our governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-olu. The scheme continues to expand. However, to achieve universal enrollment, this requires your active leadership at the grassroots. Globally, healthcare financing has shifted from out-of-pocket spending to structured insurance schemes. So Lagos State must continue to lead this transition, particularly within the informal sector, within the artisans, market men and women, the youth, CDAs, community development associations, and community development councils, and all the vulnerable population. So your role is therefore pivotal. As executive chairman, you have the platforms and influence to integrate Ilera Eko advocacy into community engagements.
It is a contract between Lashma, yourself, and that person that paid, to say that anytime and every time they need care, even if it's at night, on holidays or whatever, there will be somebody in that facility to meet their need. And that's why that hospital facility has to be open 24 hours. So if there's a way we can support the health districts to ensure that we can increase the number of PHCs that are running 24 hours, they will definitely be onboarded onto Ilera Eko. And it is only to the benefit of your local government, because money follows lives into your facilities, as we try to show here. And that money, you can now use it to not just care for those clients, but use it to increase quality within your facility.
Government believes full implementation of the scheme will significantly reduce medical financial burden on residents.
It is very essential that we prioritize this program and take it very seriously, because I see it achieving more universal coverage in the various local government areas. I also see it as making it more inclusive for the vulnerable, and then ensuring that out-of-pocket expenses for health is reduced at our local government levels. So I want to implore us to please ensure the success of this program at the various local governments and local council development areas, because it is going to ease what you also spend on supporting financial expenses at the local government level.
Delivering the keynote policy direction, the State Commissioner for Health, Professor Aki Abayomi, explained the interplay between the supply and demand sides of healthcare delivery.
Who pays for the health? The health that our patients go to access at your PHCs, at our general hospitals, our tertiary facilities, are paid for in one of three ways. Either the government pays, or the patient pays out of pocket, or an insurance pays for the health that you've received. Now, the unfortunate scenario in Nigeria at the moment is that 70% of patients are paying for their health out of pocket. This is a phenomenal ratio, and only about 2% are using some form of insurance. So really, what we're trying to do is to change the narrative. So by improving the supply side, the facilities and the hospitals, we are attracting patients to those facilities. But by ensuring that health can be purchased, in other words, either government pays, or patients pay, or an insurance pays. Once we solve that problem, then you will find that both government and private sector will be more inclined to invest in healthcare delivery.
In his remarks, the head of service described the executive order signed on July 16, 2024, as a bold reform aimed at guaranteeing universal health coverage for all residents of Lagos State.
Ilera Eko is one of those mechanisms that I believe that can actually, at least in Lagos State, increase the life expectancy. And if it is adopted in Nigeria, that life expectancy will go up. He said that if you don't show that you have registered on Ilera Eko, you won't pay your salary. And lo and behold, you can see the mass registration of people. Because government is already paying 75%, whether you use it or not. So we're wasting money. So thankfully, they complied, and that registration has gone up significantly, I believe. So the success of Ilera Eko depends significantly on leadership at the grassroots, which is where you come in. Local government are the closest to the people and are uniquely positioned to drive enrollment, mobilize communities, and ensure residents understand the benefits of the scheme. You are therefore encouraged to ensure full enrollment of political office holders, local government staff, ad hoc employees, and community members within your jurisdiction, while also promoting utilization of the scheme.
The State Assembly also emphasized that deliberate action and sustained commitment are required from the chairman to guarantee compliance of mandatory health insurance in the state.
Engaging stakeholders in this important journey, bringing all local government chairmen together to deliberate on the enforcement of mandatory health insurance reflects a clear understanding that achieving universal health coverage requires shared responsibility and effective implementation at the local level. I urge all chairmen present to take full ownership of the resolutions that will emerge from this retreat and ensure effective implementation within your respective councils.
The retreat was rounded off with the declaration of all 57 chairmen as Ilera Eco champions, symbolizing their commitment to intensifying enrollment drives and enforcement efforts across their jurisdictions.
Lagosians, it is no news that the present administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu delivered projects in different sectors of the economy through the themes agenda. With this success in mind, the second term of the present administration has included social inclusion, gender equality, and the affairs of youths in its agenda. Now, we have the Themes Plus agenda. With this, no one is left behind on account of their social status, gender, or age. Lagosians, be prepared for another 4 years of a total revamp in all sectors. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe ni o.
Finally, on the program, the Lagos State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, has urged the youth to take proactive steps towards shaping their future by staying focused and developing practical solutions to societal challenges. He gave the advice at the Ibile Youth Academy 2025-2026 One-Day Leadership Summit in Alausa in Ikeja. Here's how it went down.
It's the 2025-2026 Ibile Youth Academy One-Day Leadership Summit with the theme From Potential to Power, Equipping Youth for Leadership in a Changing Lagos. The Lagos State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, the State Head of Service, Olabode Aguru, former Head of Service, Hakeem Muri-Okunla, and other state officials joined the Ministry of Youth and Social Development at the Adeyemi Bero Auditorium to educate the youth from the 5 divisions of the state on leadership qualities and nation building.
In this center of governance, let it remind us that governance is strongest when young people are prepared to lead with competence and character. I encourage you all to engage actively, network intentionally, and commit yourselves to lifelong learning and service. It is with great pleasure and a deep sense of appreciation that I once again warmly our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Quadri Hamzat. You were here with us last year, and you continue to be here for your keynote. The Principal Secretary to Mr. President, Mr. Hakeem Muri-Okunla, all our distinguished guests that are here, dedicated facilitators, and our exceptional young people to this one-day leadership summit. Your presence here today reflects a shared commitment to inspire growth, a shared commitment to fostering innovation, and a shared commitment to strengthening the leadership capacity of our youth in Lagos.
As public servants, we recognize that the strength of our state lies in the energy, creativity, and resilience of our youth population through structured mentorship, skills development, and exposure to governance process. This academy is shaping future leaders who will uphold excellence, integrity, and service. I encourage all participants to take full advantage of the knowledge, networks, and opportunities presented during this program. Let this experience inspire you to become ambassadors of positive change within your communities and beyond.
Align with Mr. Governor's Teams Plus agenda, which ensures social inclusion and gender equality. We now live in a new story of youth leadership, a new story of global competitiveness, a new story of championing community impact. All with a renewed zeal and voicing in unison the popular mantra, build the youth! My 1 year in retrospect as the Apex Lagos State Youth Ambassador has been a major pedestal for attaining excellence at all levels. This journey was shaped by exposure to global best practices, including a fully funded study tour to Canada sponsored by the Lagos State government. Please let's give it up for me.
Other speakers also admonished the youth to maximize opportunities given to them and prepare intentionally for the future.
We had the opportunity when we are appointed. We prepared for the opportunity before it comes. When it came, we made the best use of the opportunity. Please prepare yourself for a better opportunity. When you have the opportunity to be anywhere in life, ensure that you sow a good seed. That will close you, that you will remember for, even years after you have left. Be prepared to make the best Nigeria that you are going to hand over to another generation. It is not the future, you are not the leader of tomorrow. It is from today. You've gone through the needs of the academy. It is not just an academy, it is not just an institution. It's a place for you to rebrand yourself. It's a place for you to rediscover who you are. It's a place for you to learn new things. And I believe thereafter, you can make an impact and make a difference.
Youth development is not an afterthought, it's a priority. It's an investment in future. The Ibile Youth Academy is here to stay. It is now the responsibility of the new leadership to take it to the next level. Balaji and Tony, you guys are doing a fantastic job, and I know that the successors will have a bigger shoes to sit in. You feel the shoes that you met and made it extremely big, comfortable, and nice. So IYA is the new sexy. You see a lot of job opportunities being offered here and there. Thank you. It's going to extend not just to Lagos State, but even into the federal side and beyond. To the young people seated here today, leadership is not noise. It is not popularity. It is not a title. Leadership is character. Leadership is discipline. Leadership is preparation when no one is clapping. You cannot demand a great Nigeria if you are not building yourself to lead one. So this room is full of people building themselves, positioning themselves to lead a nation that is the biggest black nation in the world.
The Deputy Governor calls on the younger generation to commit to lead with integrity and serve with compassion towards unlocking the state's potential for growth and development.
As a people, we cannot measure wrong things. We must measure the right things. People will say to you, oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. But they will tell us that our education is bad. But UK is recruiting our doctors. So the education is bad. They are recruiting your teachers. They are recruiting our nurses. Our banks are losing staff, IT staff going to Canada, all over the place. Don't let people define us. This is a great country. So my charge to you, as youth, is to understand that progress is planned. It must be systematic. The principal private secretary, our former head of service, said that leadership is not noise. It's not noise. It's not that we're going around giving fake statistics. No! It's to say that these are the problems and this is how we solve it. And we measure progress. We can see progress now in our country. So my charge to you is to understand that Lagos is one of the most vibrant and positive cities in the world. Its citizens demonstrate high level of resilience as they combat circumstances and brave odds in a bid to create the kind of life that they desire. Therefore, grounding in an electrifying city like Lagos implies that we are partakers of the dream that Lagos is. It is in this marketplace of ideas, brimming with ambition, creativity, and resilience, that we are gathered to contemplate how to translate the potential of our youth to power.
The Ibile Youth Academy has grown into a formidable platform for grooming young leaders, and another group of 10 future leaders selected from across the 5 divisions of the state is unveiled by the Deputy Governor.
Everything you have been taught at the Ibile Academy, good luck and see you at the finish line.
"50 of those who emerged as winners from the divisional training program will take part in the boot camp for Ibile Youth Academy, a leadership training program designed to equip young people in the state with skills and values for nation building."
And this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of Dateline Lagos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until next time, obey all state laws, be the best you can, but most importantly, please live a healthy life. Till next time, it's bye for now.